Here are 4 ways INTJs outsmart everyone without even trying. Number 1. They see the bigger picture before anyone else. INTJs have an uncanny ability to see the grand scheme long before anyone else even realizes what's happening. While most people get caught up in surface-level details, short-term rewards are emotional distractions. INTJs are always thinking ahead, analyzing how various factors will play out in the future. This visionary mindset allows them to anticipate trends, avoid pitfalls, and position themselves for success with what seems like effortless precision. Their NI, introverted intuition, works like a high-powered prediction engine. They instinctively recognize patterns, connections, and underlying structures that others overlook. While someone might see a single event as isolated, the INTJ immediately begins mapping out its long-term consequences, seeing how it fits into a much larger, more complex system. This makes them seem almost psychic, not because they possess supernatural abilities, but because their brains process information in an incredibly strategic way. Because they are always looking ahead, INTJs don't waste time on trivial matters. They avoid short-sighted decisions, impulsive actions, or fleeting trends, knowing that these rarely contribute to lasting success. Instead, they focus on long-term impact, making careful, deliberate choices that will serve them well in the future. They invest time and energy into mastering skills, building systems, or creating plans that might not pay off immediately but will give them a significant advantage down the line. This ability also makes INTJs natural problem solvers and strategists. When others get stuck in the moment panicking over obstacles or setbacks, the INTJ remains calm, knowing that every challenge is just another piece of a larger puzzle. They are masters of contingency planning, always having multiple strategies in place before even taking action. They don't just prepare for success, they prepare for every possible outcome, ensuring they are always several steps ahead of the competition. In group settings, this ability often goes unnoticed at first. INTJs tend to work in the background, observing and quietly steering things in the right direction, while others are too distracted to see what's coming. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, they present a fully developed solution or reveal an idea that changes everything. To outsiders, it might look like the INTJ simply figured it out in an instant. But in reality, they had been analyzing and constructing a plan all along. If you're willing to delve even deeper into your personality type, we're excited to announce the release of our insightful ebooks. In the first one, you can explore the nuanced dynamics of INTJ relationships and uncover strategies to foster deeper connections based on understanding and compatibility. In the second, you can gain clarity on navigating the intricate terrain of career choices, with a guide tailored specifically for INTJs, offering actionable advice to leverage their unique strengths and choose a career path in the best way possible. As a special offer for our subscribers, we have a promo code available for your purchase. The link is in the description below. Number 2. They absorb and connect information at lightning speed. INTJs have a remarkable ability to absorb, process, and synthesize information faster than most people. While others may need time to piece together concepts slowly, INTJs instinctively grasp complex ideas, recognize hidden patterns, and connect seemingly unrelated information in an instant. Their minds function like high-powered processors, constantly analyzing and refining everything they take in, making them intellectually formidable without even trying. At the core of this ability is their NI, or introverted intuition, which allows them to see beyond the obvious. They don't just memorize facts, they understand the deeper meaning behind them. When an INTJ learns something new, their brain immediately starts sorting, categorizing, and linking the information to everything else they already know. This process makes their learning incredibly efficient and strategic, allowing them to grasp concepts in a way that others struggle to comprehend. What makes INTJs even more impressive is that their learning is never passive. They actively seek connections between different fields and disciplines. This interdisciplinary thinking enables them to apply abstract ideas to real-world situations, making them highly innovative. While others see knowledge as a collection of separate subjects, INTJs see it as an interconnected web where every piece of information has a purpose. Because of their rapid absorption and integration of knowledge, INTJs can become experts in almost any field, and they do it fast. Whether it's philosophy, science, business, or psychology, INTJs don't need years of training to develop a deep understanding. Their ability to identify the core principles behind any system or concept allows them to skip surface-level learning and go straight to mastering the fundamentals. This is also why INTJs can solve problems that stump others. When faced with a challenge, they instantly pull from a vast internal database of knowledge and insights, combining ideas in unique ways to generate innovative solutions. They are not bound by conventional thinking. Instead, they instinctively know which pieces of information fit together to form a more effective strategy. This makes them invaluable in high-level decision-making and leadership roles. Additionally, INTJs don't accept information at face value. They possess a natural skepticism that compels them to question everything, analyze every perspective, and filter out irrelevant or misleading data. They are always searching for truth and deeper understanding, which means they are rarely fooled by misinformation or superficial arguments. Their intelligence is not only fast, it's highly refined and precise. Number 3. They stay unfazed by emotional manipulation. One of the most intimidating aspects of INTJs is their unshakable resistance to emotional manipulation. While many people get caught up in guilt trips, peer pressure, or emotional games, INTJs see right through it all, and they refuse to play along. Their highly analytical and logical nature makes them nearly immune to deception, and anyone who attempts to manipulate them quickly discovers they've made a serious miscalculation. At the core of this resistance is the INTJ's detached and strategic thinking. They don't react impulsively to emotional appeals, nor do they let sentiment cloud their judgment. Instead of being swayed by feelings, they focus on facts, motives, and outcomes. When someone tries to guilt trip or emotionally blackmail them, the INTJ immediately dissects the situation, identifying what the person really wants and determining whether their request is rational or manipulative. If it's the latter, the INTJ will simply disengage or shut it down coldly and efficiently. This ability also makes INTJs incredibly difficult to deceive. They are naturally skeptical, always questioning the motives behind people's words and actions. If someone attempts to gaslight them, play the victim, or use flattery to gain favor, the INTJ picks up on it almost instantly. Their pattern recognition skills allow them to detect inconsistencies, hidden agendas, and dishonest intentions long before others catch on. As a result, emotional manipulators rarely get far with an INTJ before being exposed. Another reason INTJs remain unaffected by manipulation is that they don't need external validation. Many forms of emotional control rely on making someone feel guilty, insecure, or desperate for approval. But INTJs simply don't care about social games or fitting in. They base their decisions on logic and personal values, not on whether people like them. This makes them nearly impossible to pressure or control through emotional tactics. When confronted with an obvious attempt at manipulation, the INTJ's response can be brutally direct. They have no patience for deceit or mind games, so they often call out the manipulation bluntly or walk away without hesitation. Unlike other personality types that might struggle with setting boundaries, INTJs do it swiftly and unapologetically, making it clear that they will not be used or manipulated. However, this doesn't mean INTJs are emotionless. They feel deeply, but they process their emotions in a more internal and structured way. They don't let their feelings dictate their actions, nor do they allow others to exploit them. If an INTJ cares about someone, they will help willingly, but never out of guilt or obligation. They know the difference between genuine emotional connection and manipulation, and they refuse to let anyone cross that line. Number 4. They keep their plans hidden until it's too late. One of the most formidable traits of an INTJ is their ability to move in silence. Unlike other personality types who constantly discuss their goals, INTJs work quietly behind the scenes, carefully executing their plans without revealing their true intentions. by the time anyone realizes what they've been up to, it's already too late. The INTJ has secured their victory, leaving everyone else wondering, how did they do it? INTJs understand that discussing plans dilutes their power. While others waste time seeking validation, brainstorming in public, or boasting about what they're going to achieve, the INTJ is already deep in execution mode. They know that keeping their strategies hidden protects them from interference, unwanted opinions, or sabotage. Instead of announcing every move, they analyze, plan, and act with ruthless efficiency, ensuring nothing slows them down. This secretive approach isn't about deception, it's about strategy. INTJs view life like a chess game. Revealing too much information gives opponents an advantage. If people don't know what the INTJ is working on, they can't prepare for it, block it, or compete against it. This gives the INTJ an incredible edge, allowing them to progress undetected while everyone else remains clueless. Additionally, INTJs are masters of delayed gratification. They don't rush to showcase their success or seek immediate recognition. They are willing to play the long game, working patiently in the background until everything is perfectly in place. When the moment is right, they reveal their achievements all at once, often catching others off guard. To outsiders, it might seem like the INTJ suddenly succeeded, but in reality, they had been meticulously building their success for months or even years. Another reason INTJs keep their plans hidden is to protect their energy. They despise unnecessary input, especially from people who don't understand their vision. Instead of dealing with criticism, skepticism, or distractions, they prefer to stay silent and let their results speak for themselves. They don't need external motivation or approval. They trust their own judgment and know exactly what they're doing. This approach extends to all areas of life, whether it's their career, personal projects, financial moves, or even relationships. INTJs rarely share their full thoughts or intentions until they are absolutely sure of the outcome. By the time they do, the decision has already been made, the work is complete, and there's nothing anyone can do to change it. These videos will be really helpful for you.